Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Irianti Nugroho, student number 83201700054. In this occasion, I will delivering a presentation of a sociolinguistic analysis of stereotype in Freedom Writers movie. So, first of all, I will deliver this presentation in 4 different parts. The first one is introduction. The second one is method. The third one is findings and discussion. And the last one is conclusion. So let's start with the first part, that is introduction. So according to Lippmann, stereotype is a typical picture which comes to mind about a certain social group. The image that people make to other group is not always true. It's only perception. Thus, it is not always accurate. According to Snyder, stereotype can be divided into several categories. They are gender, race, age, physical features, language, occupations, and socioeconomic status, national groups, and so on. Freedom Writers is one of the movies that show a good example of real-life settings which show the occurrences of various stereotypes. The movie tells about Erin Screwell, a first-time teacher who wants to encourage the students in her English class to learn about tolerance and to pursue education beyond high school. The focus on this paper is investigating stereotypes in Freedom Writers movie and categories of stereotypes that is existed in the Freedom Writers movie. From the question, this paper aims at examine types of stereotype that is happened in the movie. It is also aimed in linking phenomenon with theoretical framework. Thus, the reader will get insight and knowledge about types of stereotype in society. The next part is method. In this part, I divided into 4 parts. The first one is research method. So in this research, the researcher decided to use qualitative approach with description in it. Qualitative study provides the deeper understanding and meaning of the data because the researcher will interpret the data in the form of description. The object of the study is society reflected in the movie. The next part is types of data. So the types of data are taken from primary and secondary data. The primary data is focusing on the text or dialogue in the movie, and the secondary data is taken from the support analysis done by the researcher. The third part is technique of data collection. The technique used in collecting the data is documentation, which is done by watching the movie and then sum up the text or dialogue related to stereotypes in the movie. And the last one is the technique of data analysis. The researcher decided to use sociolinguistic analysis. According to Chaika, sociolinguistics is a study focused on the way people use language as a communication device with each other, such as when they talk to their family, friends, and even to strangers. It also focused on clarifying why people speak differently in different social contexts and identifying the social functions of language as well as their ways to convey social meaning. Okay, let's move on to the next part, that is findings and discussion. So by following Lippmann's definition of stereotype and Snyder's theory in classifying it, the researcher found 3 types of sociolinguistic problems of stereotypes found from the movie. They are gender, race, and occupation and socioeconomic status. The first stereotype is gender. Also, from the dialogue there, we can see that it's a dialogue between Scott and Erin. In the movie, Scott and Erin are a marriage couple, which Scott is the husband and Erin is the wife. So Erin wants to know why Scott cannot support her the way wives support their husbands, according to the conversation there. So then Scott simply responds to Erin's question by saying that because I can't be your wife, I wish I could make that sound less awful. So that is his response, that he cannot be her wife because he is a man. And the next stereotype is race. So here is a dialogue between Andre and Eva, who are Erin's students. So Andre is complaining why he has to pay respect for Erin, despite being his teacher. He doesn't know Erin very well, so he's assuming that she might be a bad person. And then Eva said, white people always wanting the respect like they deserve it for free. So in here, Eva expresses her racial stereotype of white people, ignoring Erin's characteristics as an individual and believes that Eva is not any different from other white people. And then the last stereotype found in the movie is occupation and socioeconomic status. So in this dialogue is a conversation between Steve with Erin's father, and then there is Erin and Scott as well. This conversation is take place in a restaurant. So in this dialogue, when Erin's father addresses the topic about her salary as a teacher to her, he wants to say that he thinks the amount of her salary is not good enough for her. His question contains a stereotype that teacher as an occupation does not make much money. And then we'll come to the last part, that is conclusion. So to sum up about the findings, there are 3 categories used as the basis of the stereotypes that occur in the Freedom Writers movie. They are gender, race, and occupational and socio-economic status. In the movie, race is the highest frequency since the character of the movie come from multicultural communities. There are many conflicts regarding the color of skin. Cultural dimension was brought into the stereotype as well. So that is the presentation that I've been delivered to you. I apologize if there are any I apologize if there are any words that offend you, because I'm not a perfect human, so I'm sorry, but thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.